In the previous video, we talked about what a privacy notice is. Let us now talk about the design considerations of a privacy notice. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you have been daily watching new and updated content on data privacy. What is data privacy? Data privacy is my right to choose what personal information I want to share, with whom do I want to share it, what is the purpose of sharing it, and to accomplish that purpose, is he going to share this information with a third party? If yes, then what is the amount of data that would be shared with the third party, and what is the purpose of sharing it? Right? This process of seeking my permission. So the idea is that you are doing something for me, or I am sharing my information for some processing at your end. So you need my permission. Now the process of collecting this permission from me, processing my data, storing my data, sharing my data is known as consent management, and the overall thing is called data privacy. Data privacy adds in some rules and laws that help me protect my interest if in case I find that my information is being wrongly used or wrongly shared with anyone. So when it comes to what are you going to do with my information, it is important that I should know the basic facts of it, and these are the key essentials of it. The purpose why you need my information. Are you collecting relevant information, or are you collecting excess information? So you should minimize information collection. That would help me provide you with a free consent, with the assurance that you will always respect my rights in terms of handling data privacy. The purpose and the process of processing the data is absolutely transparent, which increases my confidence on your systems. And there is a clear communication of the purpose of collection, the processing methods, and the sharing of the information. So all these things are very well covered under privacy, and that is the basic purpose of data privacy, to showcase to the external world what are you going to do with the information collected. A privacy notice is designed and circulated or shared as and when the information is collected. So what is privacy notice? An external document which could be to your customers, to your employees, to your users, which in the world of privacy we call them data subjects, which you share at the time of collecting information, which clearly defines what are you collecting, how are you collecting, what are going to be your privacy practices. And that's what is covered under privacy notice, which we saw in the previous video. All these items that I spoke about, user rights and all, I have video contents on my channel already posted on these, so you can search for them, or you let me know in the comments box. I'll share the respective links with you. Now, what are the design considerations that would help your customers or your users be more confident about your privacy practices? First of all, the language of the privacy document. It should be very, very simple. And maybe if you are multi-city, multi-country, then you should also consider that you use the local languages wherever required. No technical jargons, no legal jargons, no one understands. While explaining what a privacy notice is, I said, you tell me how are you keeping my data secure, are you rate protected? But that's a discussion. If you write on your privacy notice that your information would be rate protected, the user would not understand. So you need to be very careful that you are putting in language as simple as possible for a user to understand. You issue them in multiple languages, especially taking care of the local language, which could be like in a country like India, you would have a different local language at least in every state, if not sub-broken into local parts of the state. So language is one clear thing. Second is user experience. Users are looking at the privacy notice on different devices, and therefore some infographics or some interactive elements should be placed so that they are easy to access, easy to understand. There could be short videos also on your privacy notice where someone just comes up and explains, maybe with examples, and the important point should always be highlighted and noticeable so that people get a clear idea at least of the basics. One such, of course, you can have FAQs and keep developing on the FAQs as you move ahead, so that basic queries get answered over there only. They don't need to contact your DPOs to get basic understanding of the privacy notice that you have published. But the other approach that I was about to speak in the last slide as well is the layered approach. Put in short sentences, highlight them as bullet points. The bullet point signifies what are you talking of, and for each of the bullet point you have a hyperlink, so user can decide which of these bullet points are applicable to him, and he can just click at them and read the detail over there. If you want to make a complete detailed privacy notice as a single document, then it would be too long a document and would not be able to catch the interest of the user. He may still accept it, but in case of an issue, he would be not confident about how you are handling it because he himself has not been able to understand the privacy notice. So make hyperlinks on bullet points, key important things as bullet points, complete details within the hyperlink, so click and go. Maybe this bullet point is not a point and it's an icon, a relevant icon, right? For example, we'll see in the cookie policy, we've seen in the videos earlier also, and we'll talk about it here also. Maybe some cookie related information indicating that here we are going to talk about cookie policy, for example, right? There has to be an extreme care taken for accessibility issues, like because your user may be accessing it on a different kind of a device, maybe iPads, laptops, smartphones, and there could be disability issues with your users, right? So you should use alt text as images that can help users with low vision able to understand it better. You should ensure that your privacy notice is compatible and easily displayable on all possible screen readers. Cultural issues, again the example of our own state, our own country, India. Different states, you can say a state-wise language, but still within the states also you have different cultures being followed, different dialects being followed. So one size does not fit all. You may need to do more effort, but it is worth doing it to ensure you get the confidence of your customers. You should use the local perception and legal requirements as a part of your privacy notice, and you should consider different versions based on the regions. While you say different versions, you should allow them to access other versions as well, but their own version, their own language, their own dialect should be available, and whatever maximum icons or images can be used would be a very good idea for them. The privacy notice would keep changing from time to time. You can have a fixed frequency to send updates. You should tell in the first notice itself when are you going to share the updates. These updates could be trigger based, which is like an event based update, a new policy coming in, a new application coming in, a new law coming in. So you should be proactive in handling that, and you should summarize in the update or change again as to these are the changes that we have made, and this is going to be the impact of the change. Of course, and then you can describe under the hyperlink the details of the impact, or if it's a small thing, then you can maybe put in a single page also. But the change and its impact should be definitely clear on every change or update that you provide for your privacy notice, and of course a link to access the previous version. Then you talk about cookies. If it's a web application, there are cookies. Cookies can also act as a notice, right? So when someone is surfing on a particular area on your website, a cookie pop-up notice can come up and inform them about the way the data would be collected and handled through the cookies on that particular region of their website. You can devote a particular web section altogether for all your privacy notices. Plus, you can use cookies on specific areas, while especially when cookies are being used to collect the information. We also have a concept of just in place notice. You are working on something and suddenly there is a need for the application to collect your information and a pop-up comes up. Especially like you're working on your mobile and you are looking for a location and a pop-up comes up for location, could also act as a notice, and such kind of notice is called just in place notice. The moment it was about to collect your personal information, it gave you a notice pop-up over there. And last but not the least, there should be a privacy dashboard. So for your applications, for your users, for your website which is interactive, or maybe shopping, online shopping or e-commerce something, every user would have their own logins, and you know from those logins a lot of preferences of the user and their culture and their localization. So you may even choose to provide personalized notice to such users directly from their website, that they come on the website, log in and click on privacy notice, and the notice language, the dialect, the icons are based on the choices or preferences of the user that you already have experience with him. So these are the few things that you should consider when you are designing a privacy notice for your organization. We'll talk more details about privacy notices in the coming videos, so stay tuned with my channel, subscribe it, share your feedback in the comment section, and if you like my content, press the like and bell icon. Thank you.